Hey, hey, oh, hi, oh, hey, oh, le rascodi, hey, oh, hey, oh, Sırachotani, Sırachotani, hey-ya-ho, hi-ya-ho, hey-ya-ho. Pours on me.
If I was to show you pictures, I would show you a great big circle. That's the nation, Gitxsan nation. Then I would show you some smaller circles, 3 of them within that big circle, the nation, Gitxsan nation. And those 3 inner circles would probably show you the Ptecht, and that is the clan. So they divide people. There are wolves, there are frogs, there are Gitxsan. Just 3 crests within the Gitxsan nation. So those circles I'm talking about. And then within those 3 circles, in a bigger circle, there are, in those little circles, there are 2, 3, or even 4 smaller circles in there. Now that means they're divided into phaetri, same crest, but they're divided into phaetri, and that's called will.
Because every child that is born within the Gitxsan nation belongs to a house, and I said that earlier. And it's important to acknowledge these children that are born, you know, because they grow, when they're growing up, they'll remember, this is where I belong. This is who my family is, you know, and reiterating that time after time with children. So going back to the honoring our babies, you know, having the Wilsawik and the Wilnet Atl behind them, with the Wilnet Atl is the mother's side, the baby, the mother's side, and the Wilsalax is the father's side. So having those, can you imagine how powerful that would be for every child to have that, knowing that somebody's there behind them to support them throughout their life?
To me, it's very important that I know my kinship on my father's side, my mother's side, for sure. It's not something that can be taken lightly, because your kinship basically lays out who you are as an individual, who you are and who you will be in the future, in your life, eh? How it's going to lay out who you're related to, the teachings that you will receive, your adal, your history. All these things are very important in the raising of an individual, or grooming of an individual in a particular will or house or extended family.
everything we do in our life, everything to be Gitxsan and be a family and a mother and a child, we all have our responsibilities every day. Job that never ends, goes on every minute of the day.
Foundation. We all need a foundation to stand on. And when the foundation, you keep sinking, it's not doing you any good. But if you're on a solid rock foundation, which can be your parents and your in-laws, the child has a better future because they're not going to be floundering around and wondering what's going to happen next. So, a healthy father and also the healthy mother with the background of the families.
Whenever I messed up, I'd only get a talking to with Mom and Dad. When I left the house, I'd go down the village. Granny Ellen would call me over and talk to me. They didn't get angry or threaten me or anything, but they talked to me. The thing with it then is I could feel their caring, and I listened because I could feel that they cared.
Right from babies, they watch what the mother eats. They make sure the mother gets enough fluids and liquids so they could provide milk, breast milk for their babies. And they were really strict about it. Like if they saw you eating a chocolate bar, they'd slap it right out of your hand because it's going to give your baby diarrhea. You know, stuff like it has to be something good for the baby that you put in your mouth, like cabbage. You eat cabbage, your baby's going to suffer with tummy aches. So they're really careful. I remember my mom giving me heck. I was drinking hot chocolate. She almost slapped it out of my hand. And they say the longer you breastfeed your child, some of them are like they'll go a year, some of them longer. And those babies are healthy because they're getting proper nourishment. And they say when you breastfeed your baby because you're cuddled to you for so long, that baby and you are so attached to each other that baby will always want to be close to you because of the breastfeeding and holding the child.
You make sure you have enough meat, enough vegetable potatoes, and they didn't go and buy bread before. They had to make bread. Yeah, they make soup and they have lots of gualgother. I see in the sea, it's really interesting. All the women have fun burning outside while they serve it to the guests. And I think it's only done in, burnt fish was done in stonefish. Because they said you're too busy Mom said you're too busy on a funeral that all you can do is just fruit and soup. And whoever's like you, there's your immediate family and the same clan, like they all bring fried bread and all that goodies because they have time to do it, to bring something to Hawal, all the Hawal. That's what she says to me when I'm worried about making soup and all that stuff. We're not in the same table but we're Laxale, and we bring in the goodies, dessert and all that stuff. and then we're there to help. We know our role. We have to help serve soup. We make sure everybody has the same. But we make soup too. And lots of berries, like they're competing who has the best berries. That's what Mom says. Don't bring anything that's too old, she used to say to me. I said, you kids finished it already. So we bring fresh, everything fresh with the feast. And make sure you have all the, you get the clothing ready for somebody that works. All the workers, you ask who's working, and then in turn the day before you get them ready. Make sure you don't miss anybody. Like the main person is the casket and clothing, and then it goes on like who works, they go on like that right till the one that's holding the casket.
Children are just like little sponges, even in the womb. You're around a lot of tension. That child is feeling a lot of tension. So every mother has to be at peace, as peaceful as possible. If you're pregnant, there's a lot of argument, there's a lot of tension. Get out of there.
I promise to you, my child, I promise to raise you to be a strong princess or warrior. I promise to protect your environment. I promise to be kind and gentle to your spirit. I promise to be your greatest superhero.
Son,